I don't mean that sex is wrong in all circumstances. For the purposes of procreating the human race and within the sanctity of holy wedlock, I suppose it is permissible.
Yes, I'm sure. And you were hoping that I could get this little pamphlet printed for you?
Well, you did say you'd try, in your letter, as chairman of the campaign.
Oh, yes, of course. And, it just so happens I have recently joined the board of a little firm of publishers dedicated to producing works of a morally uplifting nature, and, do you know, I think I could probably persuade them to issue a limited edition of your essay.
Oh, that's wonderful, Sir Stephen.
Yes, it is, isn't it? However, they are a charitable, non-profit-making foundation, and as such, it is usual for the author to make a nominal contribution towards the printing costs.
Oh, yes, of course, I quite understand.
Well, what should we say then? 50 pence a copy at a print run of, what, 2,000?
Yes, all right. Sounds most reasonable.
Good. And if we hurry, we may just have it printed in time to be on sale at the Conservative Party conference.
Oh, that's splendid. I'm very grateful. Of course, sir, sadly, I can't attend the conference myself. I'm a tiny bit phobic where crowds are concerned.
Oh, good. Grief, how awful. Well, Lady Virginia, I suppose the best thing is if you let me have a cheque.
What, right away?
Well, there's no time to lose, my dear.
I'm in your hands. Payable to Sir Stephen Baxter?
Oh, good Lord, no. We must make it out to the charity. And the charity is the Christian Approach to Society Handbooks.
I don't think I could squeeze all that in.
It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Well, shall we just put the initials then? Pay C-A-S-H, £1,000. That's lovely. Thank you so much, Lady Virginia. Well, I must get on. I'm a very busy man. You don't mind showing yourself out, do you? There's a policeman outside the door. He'll show you where the street is. Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, hello? Is that Horny Person Publications? Yes, this is Mr. Allen speaking. That's right, the publisher of Big Wobblers. Listen, do you think you could do a rush job for me? Yeah, well, it's a sort of religious tract with some rather unusual illustrations in it. Are they hot? Well, let's just say I'll be sending them to you in an asbestos envelope. Children who develop a morbid interest in their private parts should have their hands bound at bedtime. This is not the work of a well woman. Excuse me, this is a Tory table. The Labourites sit over there in the draft. You deaf? Oh, you are? Oh. Sir Stephen, over here. Sit down, you mustn't overtire yourself. Can I get you a drink?
Thank you.
Large wink harness?
No, I need something stronger. Double whiskey and ginger ale.
Fine. And I'll have a large Armagnac, please, Pierce. What? It's your round.
Oh, is it? Right.
Oh, no. I feel quite distressed after that disgusting film.
Yes. It must be awful for a man in your condition. Rather like having your stomach removed, then being led round Harrod's food hall. Where are the drinks, Piers?
Oh, the drinks. I knew there was something. And, Alan, there's definitely not a dwarf called Horny.
Sir Stephen, I know you're going to find this hard to believe, but in the hour since I left your meeting, I've had a profound spiritual experience.
Oh, really?
I got back to my office, and I found this waiting for me.
Virginia Imrie. Now, that name rings a distant bell.
That is a name that will ring bells across the countryside in years to come. Church bells.
Here we are, 3 halves of shandy.
We'd be better off with a performing seal, really, wouldn't we?
Sex is wrong. That's what my fiancé's always said.
Sex without marriage is a mortal sin, and yet sex within marriage is an enemy to domestic harmony. This is the work of a genius. She sums up my last 47 years in a nutshell.
I know. It's brilliant. We must find a way to disseminate it.
Here. We must bring this message of hope to a wider audience.
I know. Why don't we run off some photocopies?
God, shame on you, Piers. When Moses went up Mount Sinai to collect the 10 Commandments, did he say, "Oh, cheers, Lord, I'll run up a few photocopies"? No, he didn't, did he? He went away and he wrote the Bible. The greatest book in the history of books. We must give Sex is Wrong the greatest presentation we can possibly afford.
You mean we must send it to a publisher?
No. I mean that we, as the Campaign for Moral Regeneration, should publish it ourselves.
Ah, but won't that be frighteningly expensive?
Well, interestingly enough, no. I took the liberty of telephoning an old established firm of printers who specialise in works of devotional nature. And they said that they could get us 2,000 bound copies by next week at £1 apiece.
Oh!
And just to show my sincerity, I am prepared to put up half of the publishing costs.
Bravo!
But half of £2,000 is... 0.005739.
Thank you, Nigel Lawson.
What do you think?
Not a bad display, Piers. That's better. What do you think?
£10? But I thought you said the printers charged £1 a copy. Does this mean the campaign will make a profit?
Oh, I doubt it very much, Piers. Not once we take off the transportation costs.
Yes, but you brought them up in your own car.
Listen, Piers, if you were successful enough to own a Bentley, then you'd know how expensive they are to run, wouldn't you?
Alan, why did the printer wrap them in this plastic stuff?
It's to stop them having babies. Oh, my God. Piers, call Mr. Stephen.
Well, how can I? He's in London. He's had a relax.
Oh, shut up. Listen. For some reason, this poor unworldly girl seems to think I'm Sir Stephen Baxter.
Why?
Well, because I told her I was.
But you're not.
Lady Virginia! What a pleasant surprise. I thought you weren't coming to the conference.
I wasn't. But I simply had to see my little work in print.
Well, in that case, I'll send a copy straight round to your hotel. You see, the thing is, the conference is about to break for coffee, and any second now, this vestibule is going to be swarming with people.
Oh, well then perhaps I will just slip away.
Mr. Alan Muscard, Walter Price.
In fact, Piers will show you to the taxi right where it appears.
Mr. Alan Muscard, Walter Price.
Well, I wonder where he can be. I don't know, you put your name down to speak, and then when the time comes...
Alan, where have you been? You're supposed to be speaking.
Alan?
No.
You told me you were Sir Stephen Baxter.
Oh, did he?
No, don't look.
Oh, my God!
Oh, my God! I can explain everything. It's Piers's fault.
For the final time, Mr. Alan Muscard, please.
Goodbye.
Just you wait till Mrs. Thatcher hears about this.
Well, why should the royal family be dependent on state salaries? If their ancient lands and rights were restored, they could live with dignity from their rents, as a great feudal family should. Now, that is what I mean by privatising the monarchy.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, fellow Conservatives, Norman, Cecil, Geoffrey. Before I begin, I feel I must say, and I'm sure I speak for all of us here, how very much I admired the last speaker. A credit to her family, to conservatism, and indeed to private education. For I hazard that she doesn't attend a comprehensive in the People's Republic of Brent.